I am Ibrahim Traoré, and I stand for the people of Burkina Faso. My mission is to take back our gold and build a future where our wealth serves our nation, not for empowers. Burkina Faso is a country in West Africa. It is landlocked, meaning it has no coastline. For many years, people have called it one of the poorest nations in the region, but this small country has a big story to tell. It is a story of struggle, hope, and change. A young leader named Ibrahim Traoré has stepped forward to change Burkina Faso's future. At just 34 years old, he has taken charge and is leading the country in a bold new direction. His actions could inspire not just Burkina Faso, but the entire African continent. Today we explore how Ibrahim Traoré became the leader of Burkina Faso. We'll look at how overthrew the previous president and his country along with Mali and Niger left a group called ECOWAS. Most importantly, we'll talk about how Traoré unlocked $18 billion from Burkina Faso's gold mines. This money could transform the nation. This is a story of courage, a hope, and a fight for a better future. Island of gold, yet poor. Burkina Faso is often called the land of gold. The country has a lot of gold with over 60 active gold mines and many small mining sites. Gold is a valuable resource that could make a country rich, but for a long time Burkina Faso stayed poor. Why? Most of the gold's wealth went to foreign companies and investors. These companies took the gold out of the country, leaving little behind for the people. The people of Faso faced many problems. Their rivers were polluted from mining there. Forests were cut down. Many were forced to leave their homes because of farming activities. Despite all the gold, most citizens lived in poverty. The money from the gold mines didn't help build schools, hospitals, or roads. Instead, it went to other countries or to a few powerful people. This made the people of Burkina Faso frustrated and angry. They felt cheated by the system. For years, Burkina Faso's leaders made deals with foreign companies. These deals were often secret and unfair. They allowed outsiders to take the country's resources, while other people got little in return. The nation's wealth was slipping away, and the promise of a better life seemed impossible. But this was about to change with the arrival of a new leader in 2022. A young military officer named Ibrahim Traoré changed everything. At the age of 34, he led a group of soldiers to overthrow the president. Henry Demi Bathis was not the first time Burkina Faso had a coup, which is when the military takes control of the government. In fact, it was the second coup that year, but Traoré was different. He wasn't just a soldier, he was a man with a vision. Before becoming the leader, Traoré was a low-ranking officer. He worked in a small town in the north, leading an artillery unit. No one expected him to become the head of the country, but when he and his soldiers took power, the people cheered. They saw him as a hero who could bring change. Traoré promised to fight corruption, bring stability, and take back control of Burkina Faso's resources. In an interview with a radio station, Traoré said he didn't plan to stay in power for long. His goal was to fix the country's problems and give power back to the people. He believed Burkina Faso's gold should belong to its citizens, not foreign companies. This idea made him very popular, especially among young people and those tired of broken promises. One of Traoré's first moves was to focus on Burkina Faso's gold mines. He knew the country's wealth was being taken away. To stop this, his government started checking the contracts with foreign mining companies. Many of these contracts were secret and unfair. They gave most of the profits to outsiders. Traoré wanted to change that. His government made bold decisions. They annulled many mining licenses held by foreign companies. This meant those companies could no longer mine gold in Burkina Faso. Instead, the government took control of the mines. They made new rules to ensure more money stayed in the country. For example, they decided that a big part of the gold profits should go to building schools, hospitals, and roads. Traoré spoke to the nation in a powerful speech. He said, "We cannot protect our people if we don't control our wealth." His words inspired many people. Began to believe that Burkina Faso could use its gold to build a better future. For the first time, the country's resources were being used to help its own people. The $18 billion breakthrough. Traorés changes started to show results. Reports say that Burkina Faso made about $18 billion from its gold mines in a short time. This is a huge amount of money for a country like Burkina Faso. Some people think this number might be too high, but the country's gold exports are definitely growing. This money is a gamaker. The government is using this wealth to improve the country. They are building new roads to connect villages to cities. The are bringing electricity to rural areas where people have lived without power. Hospitals and schools are being built to give people better health care and education. These changes are making life better for many. Another big move was paying off Burkina Faso's debts. In the past, the country relied on loans from groups like the International Monetary Fund (IMF) or the World Bank. These loans often came with strict rules that limited what Burkina Faso could. Traoré's government decided to use gold money to pay off these debts. This gave the country more freedom to make its own decisions. Traoré's changes are not easy. Many challenges stand in his way. Some foreign countries and organizations are worried about his leadership. They say Burkina Faso needs to be more transparent about how it manages its money. Some have overthrew sanctions which could hurt country's economy. Inside Burkina Faso there are still problems like corruption and violence from rebel groups. Despite these challenges, Traoré isn't backing down. Instead of depending on Western countries, he is building new partnerships with countries like Russia, Turkey, and China. These nations are willing to work with Burkina Faso without demanding control over its policies. Traoré believes these partnerships will help the country stay independent. The people of Burkina Faso are starting to see changes in the capital city Ouagadougou and in small villages. Life is improving. Young people chant slogans about freedom. Farmers cannot get their crops to markets because of better roads. Families have access to new schools and clinics for many. This feels like a new beginning. Burkina Faso not alone in its journey. Two other countries, Mali and Niger, are also making big changes. Like Burkina Faso, they have had military coups and faced problems with poverty and violence. A year ago, all three countries decided to leave ECOWAS, a group of West African nations that works on trade and peace. They left because ECOWAS suspended them after their coups instead of staying with the Hawas. Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger formed a new group called the Alliance of Sahel States (AES). This alliance is focused on helping each other, especially with defense and security. Thousands of people in these countries rallied to support the decision. They chanted slogans and celebrated their independence from ECOWAS. ECOWAS doesn't want to lose these countries. They say Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger can still trade and travel freely with other ECOWAS nations, but the leaders of the AES are focused on building their own path. They believe the AES is a step toward a stronger, more independent Africa. Ibrahim Traoré has become a hero. Many in Burkina Faso people compare him to Thomas Sankara, a famous leader from the 1980s who fought for African independence. Like Sankara, Traoré wants his country to control its own future. He believes Africa's resources should benefit its people, not foreign companies. $18 billion from the gold mines is more than just money. It's a symbol of what Burkina Faso can achieve. It shows that a poor country can become strong if it takes control of its resources. The money is being used to build a better future with new schools, hospitals, and roads. It's also helping the military fight rebel groups, which is important for keeping the country safe. Burkina Faso's story is inspiring other African nations. Countries like Mali, Niger, and Guinea are watching closely. They see how Burkina Faso is using its gold to become more independent. This could be the start of a bigger movement across Africa, where countries take control of their resources and build their own futures. The road ahead, the journey isn't over. Burkina Faso still faces many challenges. Corruption could ruin the progress made so far. Rebel groups continue to cause violence in some areas. Government needs to make sure its new policies are fair and transparent. If they fail, the people could lose trust in Traoré's leadership, but for now there is hope. The people of Burkina Faso are excited about the changes. They see a future where their country is strong and independent. Traoré's leadership is a reminder that Africa is not a poor continent. It has been kept poor by systems that favor outsiders. By taking control of its gold, Burkina Faso is showing the world what's possible. Allison for Africa and the world. Burkina Faso's story is a powerful one. It shows that even a small landlocked country can change its future. Ibrahim Traoré's courage has inspired millions. His decision to take control of the country's gold has brought new opportunities. The $18 billion is a sign that Burkina Faso is ready to stand on its own. This story is not just about Burkina Faso, it's about all of Africa. The continent is rich in resources like gold, oil, and diamonds. For too long, these resources have been taken by others. Now countries like Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger are saying enough is enough. They want to use their wealth to build better lives for their people. As the sun rises over Burkina Nafaso's golden plains and new day is beginning the people air working together, miners, engineers, and leaders, to create a brighter future. Fueled is watching and Africa is ready to shine. Ibrahim Traoré's leadership is just start with courage and determination. Africa can rewrite its story and show the world its true strength.